will begin once the loading screen has
А,
finished.
как только
So
загрузится игра. Ладно, не через 3.
Start it up and about 3, 2, 1, and start.
Поехали.
Good luck, dude.
Удачи, мужик.
Alright, so we just dropped onto
Так мы просто
0117,
дропаемся
the
в
first mission of Halo
джунглях.
3. We just
Миссия
crash
номер
landed
1.
off of jumping off the ship in Halo 2. So we're immediately going to be starting the main
Сразу
limit
уже
track of the run
основное
called slide
движение
jumping.
в игре
You can
это
jump
прыжки
or
со
just
слайдами.
obtain
То есть,
any
я так
vertical
понимаю,
height.
мы
You
прыгаем на
can convert
какие-то
it into horizontal momentum by
наклонные
crouching and jumping
поверхности.
on any slip surface. You're going to be seeing that quite a bit throughout this run.
And this level in particular is a really good introduction to that tech.
Этот уровень особенно хорош в показании того, как эта стратегия работает.
Alright, so we're going to be coming upon the first main skip of the game. It's going to be called the Ghost Jump. It is a very important jump because it is going to skip a trigger that spawns in a couple phantoms, the Covenant flying vehicles.
Нужно пропустить
And
несколько
they do tons of damage because this is the legendary difficulty, the hardest difficulty in the game.
Очень много
There are
дамажат.
tons of enemies and they do tons of damage.
Потому что мы играем на легендарной сложности. Убиваем этого брута, получаем его оружие. В этой игре есть еще какая-то прикольная механика того, что мы носим в руках. Это имеет угрожающий вид. Вот эта пушка, которую мы в руках держим, она угрожающе выглядит, и противники боятся нас.
So it's very useful in this mission because you can toss it and it'll, as advertised, deploy a shield around you, and it's very useful for blocking damage.
Отличная пушка, она дает нам щит.
A lot easier.
Yeah, and coming up right here, this is a very difficult section.
Сейчас у нас будет очень сложная секция, видимо, прыжков и еще чего-нибудь.
And this helps by skipping past some of the enemies here.
Также мы можем увидеть, когда у нас происходят чекпоинты, снизу слева. Мы не знаем, когда игра сохранится, не можем контролировать это. Игра решит сама, когда она сохранится. Вот и сохранение, отлично.
I can like feel everybody collectively on this couch breathe a sigh of relief. Yeah, it's such an important thing to see in these legendary runs.
Yeah, what we didn't mention in that last section, you're supposed to go like down and all the way around, but by
Я так понимаю, могут быть мемы с тем, что не будет сохранений.
And here's an example of how killing a leader of the pack, very close to dying, but killing the leader of the pack makes the other lower-ranking enemies flee.
Здесь это был небольшой пример того, как мы можем убив лидера противников, обратить мишуру бегства. Какой-то очень крутой скип мы сделали, особо даже было сложно как-то обратить внимание, но там, я так понимаю, мы просто были катсцену.
There is a silver lining to Cortana moments, and that is you are invulnerable during them.
What's going on?
You can sometimes do some stuff with that.
Yep. You'll have some applications later in the run, but for now we're going to try to
Спустимся с ракеты, окей.
That's the river section.
Очень плавное движение, показывает нам спидранер.
Going to pick up some grenades there and just run on through, but this is the Jackal Forest, so I'm going to be just trying to display my aiming skills because I'm just going to be running forward and trying to headshot these jackals as I'm running.
Будем расстреливать их.
Oh yeah, I was the captain of the University of Wyoming
По-моему,
Valorant
Джекал
team,
это
so
у
I'm
нас
going to be trying to
гиены.
translate the skills
Без гиен,
right on over to Halo.
All of these spawns are RNG, like where the jackals are.
Хотя нет, Джекалсы не так и зовутся, ладно, значит, гены есть.
Fortunately, whether or not they're holding a beam rifle is
Шакал.
not RNG.
Да, кстати, шакал можно поставить.
So we can be a little careful with some of them.
And right there you saw a good use of the bubble shield right there, because that section there's a lot of sniper jackals and everything. So just by using it right there, you're able to just be very safe during that gap jump.
And we actually just did a big skip there, and so we're doing some stuff with Johnson, right?
Из того, что я успел прочитать по гайдам, количество гранат может быть случайно, которое падает с противников. Я так понимаю, вообще не упасть. Игра имеет рандом. Спасите Джонсона и его отряд. Цель этой миссии — спасти Джонсона, очевидно. Он был схвачен
Oh, and there's the demonstration of the beam rifle.
You just got one-shotted.
Также можем, опять же, обращать внимание на то, как наш спидранер прыгает и пытается отталкиваться от наклонных поверхностей. Немножко быстрее. Нам нужно постараться ручками забить Брута. Брут слишком далеко на этот раз. И это хорошо. Из-за того, что Брут был слишком далеко, все мелкие испугались. Интересная механика, что противники могут быть в панике. Зашли в тюрьму. Пытаемся забайтить Брута выстрелами. Получали чекпоинт. Говорят, что это очень хорошо. Ну, в принципе, да, отлично. Он может очень быстро погибнуть. И этот чекпоинт очень редкий здесь.
And he also has a equipment called the invincibility. So,
но он использовал неуязвимость. Отличный противник. Балансный. О, это очень плохо. Он прыгает в нас. О, с ручки. Да. Ой, кто нас бьет? Кто-то нас пострелял, но мы выжили. Клап, 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 клап. Мы в порядке, Монка Гига. Икс. Закинули гранату. Мансим как можем. На легендарной сложности у нас любой челик может убить.
Right, I need to take these guys out. They're going to be messing up a trick later. Oh, so are you guys fans of Frank Sinatra? Because fly me to the moon. I wanna live among the cones.
Поют.
Nice, that's a good checkpoint. So that signifies our ride out of the mission.
Непереводимые песни.
Oh, these guys are here. Oh, God. Hopefully they don't mess with us.
Надеюсь, что нас не собьют. Нам нужно какие-то прыжки крутые делать. Оба. О, запрыгнули. Изи. Клэп в чат. Обычный пикан, я так понимаю, самолет должен спуститься. А мы можем просто в него залететь. Легко. Изход.
That's not the last you're going to see of cool hammer stuff.
Yeah, that is just scratching the surface of the usefulness of the hammer in this run. So just stay tuned.
Мы только дотронулись до величия молота и как он нам помогает в спидранах. Я так понимаю, мы будем немножко бежать, поэтому зачитать нам пару донат. Очень активная игра для шутера. Ну, наверное, не активная, а техничная.
Dude, that was good. Do you think that was real? That was great. That was really good. Do you think that was a real Jet Stancer? If it was, shoutouts, man. Love you.
Nice job. So running through that section was a little scary. So we did the little thing where killing the leader and making all the other lower-ranking enemies flee. So just another optimization to run through that section.
Комнаты с противниками, стараемся убивать брутов. Таким образом лишая лидера мелочь всякую. Задача скорее выжить, чем сохранить время в этой секции. Вот там, получается, на этом уровне. Раскидываем глины.
Swati donates $100 and says, "Hello, is it me you're looking for?" And Chief donates $1,000.
Развлекает нас донатами со смешными ставками.
But with a donation like that, what do you need to say?
So one thing that did happen is Gelk shot that box. Did that for a reason. It'll come in handy later.
Yep, so you can continue with the donations.
Пока можем продолжать донатить. Это уровень чисто стрельбы. Только я сказал, что игра интенсивная на технике. Эх, бывает.
Balls in your court. And Old Man Jables, who also sends in $25 to Doctors Without Borders. Master Chief, you mind telling me what you're doing? Sir, greetings from Germany.
Nice. That's good, that's good.
Yep, and so right here, we're about done with the fight here. So he's going to just pre-fire and shoot this brute, and just kill these last few grunts that come out as he makes his way back.
Yeah, this is the where you can actually save time with this, is if you actually have a good exit. So that was a pretty solid exit.
That was a D1
Отличное добивание. Мы можем убегать.
All right, so now we're just running back, doing some backtracking to where we came from. This is a brute shot that I mistakenly picked up earlier, so I actually do need it now. But here's an insane trick that's coming up. It's going to save probably like 45 minutes.
The best
Крутой трюк.
It's called the truck boost.
Boost от...
Oh yeah, look at all that time saved.
Perfect.
Great truck boost.
45 minutes minus 44:59.
Шутят, что это много времени сохраняет.
Drone room. So I picked up a deployable cover in the hangar. It has a hidden purpose that a lot of people, even if you're experienced with Halo, don't know about. So I'm going to be throwing a frag grenade here, killing 4 drones, trying to brute shot a bunch as they come out of this pipe, toss the deployable cover, and you can shoot bullet weapons through it. So I'm going to
Стреляем без двух орудий сразу.
just mow these guys down as they come
Ничего
out of
не
the pipe.
видно, но очень интересно.
Easy peasy.
Может быть, эти цифры означают, что мы попадаем, не знаю.
When I first played this room, that's not how that went.
No.
Right, so I'm going to be punching the air here because I need to delay a
Нам
checkpoint.
нужно
You can delay checkpoints in this game by making the
задержать
game think you're in
чекпоинт.
combat by
Если мы
meleeing
находимся в
or jumping. So I'm just
битве,
gonna punch the
то
air.
чекпоинт
And I
не
need to delay this
срабатывает.
checkpoint because this room has a cheap-in, as I mentioned earlier. They have a 4 in 5 chance of
Поэтому
dropping
иногда
an
мы можем просто
invincibility
бить
or
воздух,
a 1 in 5 chance of dropping a flare. And I
и
need him to
чекпоинт
drop the
не будет
invincibility, and he
случаться.
did.
Oh.
57 hammer, that's not good.
Не
though,
очень
but I'll
хорошо,
make
что
it work.
этот молот имеет всего
So the gravity
57
hammer
прочности.
has a chance to drop between 50 and 90 ammo, so 57's not
Из
that good.
50,
Alright, you're about to see the
между
real usefulness of the
50 и
hammer.
90 уроном. Ну, прочности могло
Never
быть.
mind. And now you got a checkpoint right after, so I can't even show off that.
You got hard trolled.
Yeah. So I was
Выпал
supposed to.
57.
I won't spoil it. There's gonna be another chance right here.
Yeah,
where
yeah,
it's
yeah,
gonna be
We're
safe.
good, we're good, we're good.
I have to do the walk of shame for that section, but I'm gonna run to this door, and this is called barrack skip.
Is that too fast?
Слишком быстро.
Okay.
So there's a kill plane I hit there. I went a little too high actually.
So usually we're supposed to rescue the Marines in
Здесь
there,
мы обычно
but
должны
all the
спасти
game cares
пехотинцев.
about is that we just move in front of the door
что-то
and it goes,
впадло.
all right, you did it.
Нереально
Just go to the
впадло.
elevator.
So I just went a little too high, so I'm gonna be trying this again. Oh, I got this
Nice
checkpoint. Of
checkpoint.
course, get the checkpoint second time around.
На этот раз мы получили
A little
чекпоинт.
too high again, but I got the checkpoint, so
That's
it's nice.
perfect.
So the reason
That's
he's
still too high, I
dying,
think. Barely not.
Nice,
Okay, we're good.
nice.
So this is a
Пережили.
more recent development. This is the elevator
Это
climb. Normally we're supposed to
прыжки
call down the
вдоль
elevator and ride it
лифта.
up, but you can just do some
Более
crouch jumps and go all the
свежий
way to
трюк,
the
так
top.
сказать.
It's actually wild
Это дико, как мы все это
how
можем
long this game's
делать.
been run and how recently
И
this
это
was
всего лишь
discovered. I mean, I was
недавно
running this game
было
back in
каким-то
2021
образом
when we were still
открыто.
right in the elevator,
Хотя это, в
so-
принципе,
that
банально.
was like a year ago.
Но
It is
бывает,
also
бывает.
very difficult jumps
Но прыжки
right there, so-
непростые.
Yeah. So the
Можно
game has,
поверить,
like,
потому
kill
что
planes
очень,
there, and you gotta be careful.
All
Маленькие.
right, this is the jetpack clear. This is a very
Маленькие
difficult combat section, so I'll
балки,
let one of the
очень
commentators
тонкие.
explain it.
Мы находимся
Kill
сейчас
things
на
as fast
Games
as you
Done
can and
Quick,
hope you don't
неделя
die.
спидран марафон. Можно набрать.
Oh, I got killed with a spike chain reaction, and we're back to barrel skips.
Oh my, that's okay.
You can see how punishing checkpoints can be in this game. That's what makes running Legendary pretty difficult, because you can be sent back a wide amount of time just by one small mistake.
Yeah, and even there, like, he missed a few checkpoints that could have happened. I believe you're generally...
Мы заново поднимаемся, пока я тут что-то объяснял. Кажется, мы просто погибли, а чекпоинт не сработал нигде сверху, и unlock. Unlock и все заново. Хотя он забрался по лифту. Красавчик. Если вы планируете бегать эту категорию на этой великой сложности, просто привыкните, что игра вас не любит.
Alright, so how this fight actually works is there's two ground brutes, and once they die,
Нам нужно убить двух
it'll
брутов.
spawn a reinforcement wave up top. And once the reinforcement wave dies, it will spawn
Появится подкрепление. Нам нужно будет поубивать подкрепление. Желательно убивать их прямо на спавне, но, по-моему, это не очень получилось. Нормально.
When I rode the Pelican up top there, I picked up the active camo equipment. That's going to be useful for the next section. And here's another Cortana moment. You can see how annoying they can be.
And the reason we're coming back here is to activate the bomb to blow up the entire thing.
Полетели.
Pipe ride?
Nice pipe ride.
О, отлично, отлично. Мы смогли прокатиться по трубе, я так понимаю.
Yeah, so the Covenant have pretty much overtaken this facility, and they're trying to blow it up, and we are stopping that, right?
Yeah.
No, we're trying to blow it up.
Right, we're scuttling it.
Yeah.
Sorry, it's been like 13 years since I did this, my bad.
That's okay. So here's the little skull Easter egg. We're not going to be picking that up. I'm taking this route to actually avoid being seen as long as possible, then chuck a nade at this guy, then I'm going to be throwing a nade and try to make that guy dodge out of the way.
Мы прошли по трубе сверху, чтобы нас было как можно дольше в этой комнате не видно, не замечали нас. Спустились, бросили гранат. И нужно понимать, что любой противник может нас буквально ваншотнуть. Так что пока что все отлично. Использовали гранату, чтобы немножко сохранить времени. Какая-то крутая стратегия. А может быть и не очень. Стреляем в пол. Обычно это связано с агром. Опа, и летим.
So that is called the drone butterfly. So in Halo, when you melee an enemy, you kind of lunge towards them, and you can cancel the reload animation if you have some ammo empty, and you could by canceling your melee lunges, you can just attach yourself to those drones.
Отмена анимации чарджа на милишном оружии тогда вроде как. Еще один чардж. Слишком высоко или что? Слишком далеко? Слишком далеко. Ничего страшного.
I've always said that like the gravity hammer is to Halo 3 what the energy sword is to Halo 2.
Yeah, agreed.
Yeah, that's Crow's Nest. We just have a 30-second elevator ride to the end of the mission, so you can get a couple quick donations in.
Tin Hut. Donations inbound. From the grave with $25. Great to see you representing Halo runs, Gelk. We're all proud of you. Don't forget to use that D1 athlete aim.
Yo, thanks, Grave. Dude, Grave is a legend. He hangs out in like all the Halo runs chats, so shouts to Grave.
$100 to Doctors Without Borders from the income taxes. Shoutouts to Gelk for having the cutest couch yet, and for all the Halo love from everyone.
Yo, thanks, Income. Another exquisite Halo runner.
$20 from Remy Jet. When you first saw a Halo speedrun, were you blinded by its majesty? I'm sure blown away by this run so far. Good luck, Gelk Jr.
Thank you. So, okay, this is Sabo Highway. This is the driving mission of the run. It is also the most RNG-filled mission of the run. So, we'll see how it goes here today.
Ну, как пойдет эта миссия, самая рандомная миссия в игре. Или одна из самых рандомных, я так понимаю, со слов спидранера. Нам нужно будет парочку вояк с собой взять. Они будут наносить много урона. Вот тот, который был под колесами, не будет наносить урона очень. Жаль, что он останется сегодня на базе. Ничего, в следующий раз солдат.
But so, yep, we just have the Marines in our hog, and then they're gonna be soaking up damage later. But just
также не
a
будут
little bit more driving, so we can get some more donations.
Что, наверное, немаловажно для нас.
You got it. You take care of the driving. We'll take care of the donations. No comment donates $20 and says, donates $20 and says, Anonymous donates $20 and says no comment. Thanks for the donation. Every donation counts towards getting Super Mario Odyssey in the marathon. I think I understood what they were talking about. Really Sentinel sends in $25 to MSF and says, here's the yearly dono during the Halo run. Go Gelk Jr., kill the frames, save the Cortana.
Крутой донат.
And Kate Pepsi with $15 saying, "Good luck, Gelk. Hit those DC
$25 задонатил.
I'll try. So okay, here's the first real section of the
Донат
mission.
на
So this is where I
$25,
need the Marines because see, there's
который
tons of things
под
shooting
имя
at me, and
$25
I just need to drive
задонатил
past
со
them, and the
словами
Marines are doing a fairly
«Аноним»
good job at soaking up the damage, and okay, I'm
и
good.
так далее.
So
Большой
that
клон.
section can be pretty scary sometimes, but it was pretty nice to get first try.
Только это как-то где-то
Right, this
проехали
next
с
section
первого
can
раза
also
и,
be a
видимо, не
big
погибли,
meme.
поэтому
It's the shield door section, so I'm going
спидранер
to
очень
come
этому
over
рад.
here, ditch my Warthog for a fresh Warthog. This gives me a pretty good chance of getting a checkpoint.
Знаешь, джип просто
And I'm
перевернулся.
going to be hopping out here, picking up the gravity lift equipment
Так,
through the wall.
мы
And of
подняли
course, I don't get a
какую-то штуку
checkpoint.
через
And there's the fun equipment. There's the
стену.
flare. Enjoy being blinded occasionally.
Флэр,
It blinds you, but not the enemies, because
который хотел нас ослепить.
sure.
So I'm gonna sit here and wait for
Тут
the
мы ждем.
shields to come
А,
back.
мы ждем
because I
щита.
got a left side shade turret. This is a 50-50 chance of the shade turret being on the left or the right. If it's on the right, you can
Чуть не
just
погибли.
go through that shield door section without any worries. But that left side shade turret can be pretty scary sometimes. So it's really nice to get through that first try.
And we picked up a gravity lift back there for this specific
Gravity
strat.
lift.
You're normally not supposed to be
Подняли мы.
able to take the Warthog across,
Посмотрим,
but
что он делает.
with the gravity lift, it's pretty simple.
Yep. Oh, I got a really good checkpoint.
Oh,
I could have gone for
отличные
lift, but so you can
чекпоинты.
actually do this without the gravity lift, but it requires some
Ага,
really precise
gravity lift,
driving
но
that I don't
нас
really want to do.
подталкивает.
So, but the
А машина,
gravity lift
соответственно, быстро
makes it
делает.
pretty free.
Врум-врум.
And if you played this game before, you're never supposed to just sit here and do a massive wave fight, but since I have the Warthog, I can just drive right
Нам
on
здесь
past
надо
and
бы
more because
подраться
there's
очень
actually nothing
массивно,
stopping me
плотные
besides.
мужики,
There's a few
туда-сюда
ground vehicles
стреляют,
over
гранаты
here,
летят,
but they shouldn't
взрывы
cause
смерти,
too many
но
issues. I say should. They can be very angry sometimes.
у нас есть
Yeah, they're
грузовичок, мы просто проехали мимо.
Oh, maybe I also have to have good driving too. That is
Очень
also
важно
something
иметь
that should
хороший
happen for me
навык
to be
вождения в этой
successful.
игре.
Driving the Halo 3 Warthog is very
Иначе
hard.
вот такое
Yeah.
может
It's very
происходить.
flippy.
All right, but I got the checkpoint. I'm
Чекпоинт
good.
получили, отлично.
I didn't- okay, I drove my Warthog on top. I'm just gonna revert now. This is
Хорошо,
a
что есть
mess.
чекпоинт.
So I'm gonna try.
Пытаемся задавить двоих, но
You're fine. You can be there. So I'm just gonna
ладно,
flip around.
ничего
and-
страшного,
No,
мы просто
okay,
полетим.
I picked up the fuel rod cannon. It's basically the Covenant version of the rocket launcher. It's going to be useful for
Какую-то
the enemy
ракетницу
mission.
подняли
I
еще.
also ditched my Warthog for this brute chopper, and I'm being shot by these guys. Leave me alone, please. For this reason, just to boost up
Нам
this
нужно
hill.
здесь забраться, я так
There are
понимаю,
a
это
couple
будет
of wraiths,
сложновато
which are
сделать
basically
с
the
джипом.
Covenant tanks.
Поэтому мы взяли
And
этот
there's a bunch of choppers and shade turrets.
летающий
If you
мотоцикл.
take the normal route, but
Или
this route just
полулетающий
makes it so
мотоцикл,
much
понятно.
safer. Oh, being
О,
brute-shotted.
о, нас
Okay.
подталкивают,
So this is the ending.
спидстраты.
There's a few things I need to do to end the mission. I need to take out the shade turret, I need to blow up the shield door, and I need to be far enough forward to actually hit the ending trigger.
Нам нужно быть
So
достаточно
looks like
далеко, чтобы
2 out of
задеть
4
триггер
you're met, so I need to just chill right here, and
конца
that's all
уровня
my
и
life.
взорвать несколько объектов.
Which moves us
Миссия
on to
выполнена,
storms.
отлично.
You take a
Клап,
quick drink
клап.
of water, you can get a
Очень.
couple donations in.
Nice work securing that area.
Интенсивный
Legendarily done.
сектор в спидране.
Truck Brick Blast sends in $5 to MSF and says, "Truck boost."
Truck boost.
$117 from Magic Man, who says, "Great run so far. Time to make the donuts." And $25 from Sleek. Best of luck, Gelk. Make Halo runs proud. Get God Deload.
Очень
and
технический
first
спидран,
try
согласен.
Citadel launch.
Очень
Halo
крутые
doesn't
туториалы
exist
по
on
этому
Legendary.
спидрану
You
также.
should know this, Sleek. Sleek is a very good Halo 2 runner, so thank you, Sleek. Yep, we're...
Dang, okay.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
same team.
Same
You'll
team.
notice us kill quite a few Marines and allies in this run.
Friendly
It is
fire.
purely for speed.
Когда твой друг занял
so,
слишком козырное место и как
I
бы
think it saves
like
не
3
хочет
seconds.
вылезать.
It saves like 3 seconds to actually getting in the Warthog. So this is the first. Ooh, what is that, Nate? There, go away.
Граната. Чуть не
Asking him
погибли.
nicely to get out is just a little slower, so
Yeah,
But it's fine. They can reload checkpoints too, right?
that's actually a good point that we haven't talked about. So if you kill too many Marines, you actually make them angry and they'll kill you. So we need to
Если
be
мы
very,
убьем слишком много
methodical of how we kill the Marines.
солдатов, вояк, они
Make
сагрятся
them
на нас
mad,
и...
but not-
Oh, that,
Убьют нас.
leave me. Oh, and I'm dead.
What the?
О,
Oh,
какой
wow.
отстой.
Yeah,
Как далеко нас
the-
отбросило.
that captain needs to die. for
Мы
me
не
to get that
смогли
checkpoint, so
уничтожить
I need- I'll try
противника,
it
чтобы
and
получить
splatter it
чекпоинт.
next time.
Придется
So we can do this again.
сделать все еще
Yeah,
раз.
once again, it is legendary.
Напоминаю,
This
что это
is what happens on
легендарная
yeah,
сложность.
that's
И все нас очень
classic
быстро
Halo
убивает.
3 legendary.
Time for
Yeah.
some donations while you battle back.
Yeah,
Go
go
for
for it.
На этот раз
I got it.
битва идет не настолько
Simple.
хорошо, насколько
Trying to get a plasma pistol. Oh, go ahead.
в прошлый
No
раз, как
worries.
она шла в
Pro
прошлый
Ace
раз.
Joker donates $25 and says, "Heyo, Gelk. Why are you always looking so good?
Yo,
Your
thanks,
runs
Joe.
are also always amazing too. Want to say hi and much love to all the Halo runners who are at the event. I know people over at 343i send their support too. Lots watching, so no pressure. Obligatory. Did someone say HaloRuns.com?
HaloRuns.com?
HaloRuns.com.
HaloRuns.com, the one-spot shop for all your Halo Runs needs. So okay, this is the first like bet section. This section can be pretty finicky. Nerby, you want to go ahead and explain it?
Sure. So there's a certain quota of enemies that you want to kill here. You want to kill that Wraith, that AA Wraith specifically down there.
Есть еще такое местоимение, называется «не-фокусируемся». Бывает, помогает.
It's kind of funny, even if you just kill the AA
Местоимение
Wraith,
со
you won't
смыслом,
get
так
this
сказать.
little loading done at the bottom left, but he'll still say, "You're good, Chief. Go to the next area." But the door will never open until you get that magical loading done. So he's just gonna kill, a bunch of enemies and loading done.
Yeah, there it is. And I have the word. Oh,
О, проскакиваем.
all right, it should be good.
Отлично,
Yeah, we got the
отлично.
loading done, so that signifies I can actually leave this section.
Все, что нужно,
And I was
загрузилось, и
actually
мы
a little
наконец-то
slow
можем
there, so I didn't
покинуть
get the turret spawns over here.
этот уровень.
So normally, if you're fast
Или
enough,
не
you
уровень,
get like, a wave of enemies
часть
that
уровня.
will put down like a plasma turret.
Так, мы
Alright, I need
хотим
the battle
взять
rifle. What am I doing?
какую-то пушку.
Right.
Ракетница другая, окей.
I was just a little bit slow, so sometimes you can avoid that spawn, which it makes it a little safer.
Опять Картана смотрит нам в лицо.
Cool story, Cortana. Okay, this is the second lake bed. This is going to be a big wave fight. There's a rule of twos here. There's going to be 2 phantoms that drop 2 ghosts in
Будут
each
быть
wave,
два
and there
фантома
are 2
с
AA wraiths on the
двумя
ground with also 2 choppers on the ground. So
гостами.
the section will end once
В общем,
all the
название
ground
противников
enemies,
в
all
количестве
the ground vehicles are
с
dead,
их
and the last phantom is deloaded or
транспортом.
dead. So you
Нам
can
нужно бы
accelerate
всех
this fight
поубивать.
by taking out the second phantom of each wave. So I will be trying my best to do that.
And this section can
Убиваем на спавне.
go either very
Если есть
right
возможность,
or
убиваем
very
еще
wrong
и
and very little in between.
транспорт, соответственно, он взрывается и...
In my experience, it's just based a lot on your timing, and if your timings are just a little bit off, then it goes south really
Они,
quick.
я так
Or
понимаю,
if a
ничего не
random banshee
высаживают
decides to
тогда.
shoot you for no reason.
Or like a grunt hiding
Блин.
behind the phantom debris that you can't
Красиво
find
все
for like 3 minutes.
взрывается.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's actually a little bit risky going for this second phantom or kill this early because there is a potential of the grunt turret inside of it to stay alive. And it could be
Бывает
put in a weird
опасно уничтожать.
position where you can't fight it and you'll basically soft block this section.
Fun fact about that grunt on the turret, it's actually holding
Самолеты
a spiker,
грантов,
which is supposed to be a brute
этих
weapon.
пришельцев, потому
Yeah,
что
the turret grunts are the
есть
only
шанс,
grunts in the
что
game that
турель,
hold
которая
these
находится
spikers, so
внутри,
that's a fun little fact.
она будет не уничтожена, свалится в неудобном
Yep,
месте
so
на
I'm just
карте,
doing some missile pod
и,
spam to try-
соответственно, вы
Almost got
сами
killed by an
себя
ally, just trying to get
засофточите,
the
потому что вы не
revenge.
сможете уничтожить эту турель.
And there's the second early phantom kill. So that's actually a really clean
Придется
second
начинать
like bed.
миссию
I was
заново.
assuming I get this
Very well
checkpoint. There it is.
Молодец, солдат.
Wait. Okay.
No rocket
Ой-ой-ой,
marines,
пришлось убить.
classic.
I actually have full. There was one right there. I think he just swapped out his rockets for some. Or he. Oh, I think the other rocket marine killed him.
Oh.
More friendly fire. Okay, so I got my Warthog through an elastic barrier there by hopping out of it. So they don't want you driving a or my mongoose.
Не хотят, чтобы мы сюда заехали, но мы очень стараемся.
Normally we're supposed to kill a scarab, but
Очень
that's
стараемся.
slow and scary and
This is very
Очень
precise right here.
Yep. All right.
And we
Точный
have
трюк.
enough time to do it here, too.
Yeah.
We're not losing time yet.
Оба,
There
отлично,
we go.
отлично.
Nice, dude.
That's the mongoose clip. So by
Опять
that door
Картана.
won't open until you're supposed to kill the scarab. If you played this game before, it's like the Covenant tank spider
Капец
thing.
она там во
But
все позы
by
встает.
getting out of
Лишь
the
бы
mongoose in a
отвлекать.
certain spot, the game will check for the safest possible location to put you. And if you're in the correct position, that safest location will be the other side of that door.
and it also deloads the scarab once you move a little bit further, which counts as killing it.
All right, this is the warehouse, which is another
Это склад.
section where I just be trying to
Будем
run
стараться
past
просто
and
пробегать.
killing as many things as I possibly can.
Yeah,
И
this is
уничтожать всех
probably the
противников на
hardest
пути.
section of this storm, since there's so many brutes just all around.
I also
They're
don't
on
have a
spike
bubble
У
shield,
нас
so I'm gonna
нет
be trying to toss
щита,
a frag here.
поэтому бросим гранату.
Very well done.
And rocket
И
them,
ракетница,
so that
благо,
actually
справилась
worked
с
out really
большей
well.
частью
I
противника.
can get this checkpoint. All right, this is actually the introduction of the hunters. You're not going to really see them in this run. We just basically ignore every hunter that's in this run.
Жестко.
enjoy your one time at probably.
Пора запустить канал, мужики.
So I use a sniper to take
Дамы и
out
господа, мы ждали этого
this
буста,
chieftain,
этого
and
момента.
his invincibility deloaded. Fun.
Classic.
But that happens a lot on MCC, so it's pretty much to be expected. So that's why I get some extra rockets, so I can just run through and punch these guys. There's a flying right in front of my head.
Как же он танчит.
Yeah.
It's just on the table.
It's just a rogue fly up here, like driving us all
Dude,
mad.
real life marathon RNG. So the purpose of this mission was to take out like all the anti-air stuff. So this is the last AA gun I need to take out, and you can do
Когда
it
бот
with a couple
вежливее
long-range sniper shots and a long-range plasma pistol shot.
большей
And that
части
is the
случайных
storm.
прохожих
Yep, this is
желает хорошего стрима.
a really exciting level for
Подарки дарит.
the untrained eye. If you love movement, you're going to love this mission. This is Floodgate. This mission is
Пора
so
устроиться
awesome
поудобней.
because you start out with a mission with a full gravity hammer, and there are tons of boxes to launch off of.
Модераторы спят, да?
That's me.
This is basically an
Зачем
exhibition
тебе
of
модератор?
everything Halo 3, the speedrun has to offer.
Yep, so not too much going on at the start until I pick up the gravity hammer, but once I get it, that's when things really pick up. So I'm
А что там на 2 слота
gonna
выше?
nade these boxes,
Там человек
set
поздоровался.
up
Пожелал
the
хорошего
first
стрима.
box launch of the mission.
I love this setup.
So I'm gonna nudge it a little bit. Oh, I've got like a little baby launch, but that's okay.
А ты пожелал хорошего стрима?
Updates on things while you get things set up?
This level moves pretty fast.
Да.
Yeah, this is not the greatest mission to do things.
worry.
So it's like
You
it's
let me
super back to back. If you blink, you'll miss like half of the mission.
Got it.
So here's another really cool box launch.
Запускаем себя при помощи грави.
Nice.
Yeah, use the
Молота,
sniper to angle
и
that
это был
box.
отличный
So I'm
запуск.
going to be throwing a grenade to actually launch this code
Опа,
into myself.
еще
and
граната.
combine with the hammer swing.
Жесть.
Nice.
В флексе ты сейчас еще
Yep,
будет.
another box launch.
Ага, хорошо.
And I'm actually be going to pick up this deployable cover
Мы
through the floor.
подняли
You'll be
какую-то
seeing
штуку
why
через
in a few
пол.
moments.
Еще буст от гранаты.
Cortana moment.
Сейчас будем пытаться
Yep,
скипать
here's
Картану.
another Cortana moment where the trigger's on the floor,
Мы
so we're
стараемся
just
не
not gonna touch the
касаться
floor. The
пола,
floor is
потому что
Cortana
пол это
moment.
лава. Вот это жестко. Видели? Он бросил гранату,
Oh, I need to get up here.
прыгнул с ящика,
Fun fact,
бросил
you can
гранату.
jump up here on Floodgate, but
И
not on Storm
ящик
for some reason.
чуть-чуть вперед толкнулся,
But
чтобы
this- 'cause this
продлить, так
mission
сказать,
is basically start
возможность
backwards.
быть
Another hammer launch, so
не на
I'm gonna
полу.
be delaying a checkpoint
Таким
right
образом
here,
пропустили
and-
целую катсцену
One of the
с Картаной.
coolest tricks in this entire
Yeah, if
game.
you've never seen
Очень
this before,
крутая
you're in for a treat.
секция.
So I'll just let it
Чисто
speak for
кайф.
itself.
Oh, come on.
Beautiful.
Oh, I splattered.
Ooh.
That was a rough angle.
Мутит
That was
жесткие
good.
вещи, да.
So that's where we just were. That is the deployable cover launch. So the game doesn't want you to be inside the deployable cover, so it pushes you out. But by crouching and moving at a very specific speed, you can maximize the force that it ejects you out at. So, and that's how you can get a ridiculous launch like that.
For anybody familiar with source runs, I would compare that most to like a stuck launch, where you're kind of like stuck in an area, and as long as you're there, the game's trying to push you out more and more.
So I'm going to be
Отличный
trying a
запуск.
second deployable cover launch right here. This is called the redirect launch.
Запуск с перед направлением.
Basically gonna launch himself into an angled
Ooh.
surface.
Ooh, double timer. Okay, that's good,
Круто,
that's good.
круто,
Nice,
круто.
dude.
Получается, он себя запустил при помощи гранаты
That
и
was gorgeous.
Yeah, this is a
гравий
very solid Floodgate. So this is
штуки,
the
которые
first
на
grade
пол
my moment
кидается.
where it's a Cortana moment,
Граната
but there's an
толкнула, мы
angry
полетели,
squid
получили
talking
инерцию, и пока мы летели, мы еще ударили молотом,
And I'm just gonna
чтобы
hammer my way
сделать
through this moment.
перенаправление. Уф,
Save a little bit of time.
красота.
And we're basically at the end of the mission. So here's a fun little
Не
thing
все
that's gonna
раны
happen.
по Халу
So
такие
this is
крутые.
the Master Chief collection, the video game that 343
Ну,
ported to the
может быть, кто-то и
PC,
поспорит, но
and they added
настолько
collectibles
техничных я
called
еще не видел.
MOAs,
Очень
and
круто.
they have collision, and that one's right in my way, and they occur very occasionally on this mission, so it's just marathon luck that it's here this time.
Nice Floodgate, dude.
Yeah, it was a very solid Floodgate.
Отлично, отлично.
So, yep. What I did at the end of the mission is I slide jumped and used a hammer swing just to go straight to the button that ends the mission. And this is the arc. This is where the run actually
И
begins. This
наконец-то,
difficulty
наконец-то мы
ramp
закончили
goes up by,
туториал.
like,
Ура! 30 минут
500% on this mission.
потребовалось
So,
для этого.
this is where the run actually begins. There's a ton that goes on. There's
Спидранер
this is so
обещает нам
execution
куча
heavy.
всего интересного, наконец-таки.
So this mission just
Всё до
starts
этого
off
было
with, like,
вообще
30
ерунда,
seconds of walking,
походу.
so you can get a couple quick donations in.
Too easy.
You got it. First, a couple of updates. We just passed $450,000.
Нет, это еще и не обладатель VR.
Let's
For Doctors
go.
Without Borders.
Верхолдер, наверное,
Thank you
там
so much
вообще
to everyone
360 no scope flex. У него тут хорошее место, по-моему, 5-е или что-то того, с нормальным временем. Отличные прыжки.
Alright, so this first section, I need to shoot those brutes in a way where I can clap them and just run past these guys as fast as I possibly can, because they are scary. Alright, as you can see, I have no shields, I barely made it through, so I'm just gonna chill here.
Немножко подождем, восстановим щит, получим чекпоинт, если повезет. Нам нужно спуститься, что-то там сделать, но это не для нас, мы можем просто полететь. Просто полететь. Отличный выстрел, отличный удар. Очень чисто. Да, можете похлопать, я хорош. Спидранер, правда, хорош.
Alright, so I need to snipe this brute.
360. О, почти получилось. Часть этого уровня называется «Едь и надейся, что не погибнешь». Поехали. Спрячемся за камнем. Ждем, когда проедут противники. Они нас не заметили. Стелс-миссия, вау.
Yep, and I'm gonna be ditching my mongoose for this ghost.
Отлично. Сели в гост. И просто пытаемся как можно быстрее все пролететь, проехать.
Alright. And the reason I get the ghost is because it is good at riding on this cliff, and it's important to ride on this cliff because there are a couple ghosts lower down there that will just eat you right up with tons of damage, and it's also
Пропускаем низких противников при помощи этого транспорта. И благодаря что мы пропустили битву и триггер, мы смогли пройти это место вообще без драки легко. Итак, комментаторы объясняют, что там дальше. Так, сейчас будет 3 рейда с танками. Все должны умереть. Это танк. Бэм, бэм, бэм.
So what Gel's going to do is try to snipe out some brutes there. Very nice.
Очень приятная стрельба в этой игре.
There's going to be some ghosts coming along here. We do need to save them for later. And he's going to pick up a turret and use that to take out the last 2 wraiths, which are kind of just shooting at the sky, not really doing anything.
Эх, когда Halo были хорошими играми.
Yep, now he just has to clear out the last couple brutes here.
There's a guy, I saw him on the radar. Where are you?
Oh, there's one behind you as well.
Добиваем остатки. Ой, он сел.
He was successful. Leave me alone. I don't have no ammo.
That's gonna be
annoying. У нас еще и патроны кончились, отстой.
That's really annoying, actually.
Oh, and there goes the ghost. I
might have this.
Это может быть очень плохо.
I might time out the dawn. Oh, yeah, but I'm gonna.
Придется все заново проходить.
This is a nasty situation.
Yeah.
Что-то случилось, походу.
So what do you think? Okay, he just bailed out.
Он улетел просто.
See you later.
А, он просто отвалил. Кек.
So the dawn.
I'll try this. I might have time to get there.
It's gonna be tight.
Нам нужно куда-то добраться.
Like the thrust from the dawn coming in to. Oh my God!
He's made his return.
Leave our poor man's alone.
I'm just gonna overcharge him, and this should be good enough.
Yeah, there we go. Yep.
That's good.
Отлично.
So this is probably one of the biggest departures from the easy route right here.
Какой-то трюк мы делаем.
So what Gelk is going to do is basically use the boost from the dawn coming in to get up on
that was too fast.
Это было слишком быстро.
Come on, yes.
I should be able to
Нормально, нормально.
Get out of bounds, but we're not
Это еще не конец. Есть еще небольшие барьеры, мы как бы технически говоря в ОБ.
Yeah, so if I try to get back in this ghost, I'll be flung right back inbound, so I need to get far enough out of bounds so where I can hop in and not get shot back inbounds.
And also not destroy.
Нам важно не уничтожить этот транспорт. Отлично, мы справились. Прикольный буст. Буст за счет того, что прилетает транспорт, и двигатели транспорта просто нас выталкивают.
And you might know the iconic line,
двигателей
tank
есть
beats
физика.
everything. So if you're looking forward to hearing that, I am
Think
sorry,
about
you
it.
will not be.
Just
But this is
think
also still cool,
about
so it's a
it.
good consolation prize.
True.
Yeah.
So the consequence of not getting the tank here is it makes this section a lot more difficult. So normally you'd have the tank here and you could just use it to destroy everything in your path, but I only have a measly little ghost. So I'm going to drive to the end
Без
of the
танка
section
здесь очень
and
сложно всех
combine
убить.
a slide jump with a
Мы
brute shot to
будем
go
выполнять прыжок
right
от
to the end of the section, and I
края
need to take out
платформы.
this shade
Хорошо,
turret,
но не
and
от края,
this
от
phantom is going to
слопа.
drop another wraith, so I'm going to be trying to take out this
Мы хотим
phantom's
уничтожить
engine with some
этот
field rod shots.
фантомный
Got it.
призыватель.
Then I'm going to be hopping in this chopper. There's a couple other wraiths I need to take out over there, so I'm going to be
Я вообще
taking
не
out
знаю названия
everything
этих
as I head
противников.
over there.
Что-то они там говорят на своем языке.
There you go.
And I'm going to be trying to
Так,
get out
а
my
вот и
chopper
танк.
and punch down this turret
Танк
guy
забрали
and hop
и уничтожили.
in this wraith.
This is some
А?
Master
Не
Chief in the books
уничтожили?
level stuff right here.
Yeah.
Oh, definitely. And I use the
Чисто
wraith to destroy the
Мастер
other wraith. And once this
Чиф.
wraith is dead, I should
Мастер
be good
Чиф
to go.
разваливает.
But there's a couple choppers right here that will be nice to blow
С
up first.
танком
Oh,
все
okay.
должно быть
Shot.
легко.
There we go.
Oh, good
Главное
try.
не мазать.
Okay, I'm missing every shot.
О, у нас мало щитов.
I'm just gonna leave him alone. You can enjoy your life. I'm letting you live.
Можешь наслаждаться жизнью, ты живешь.
I'm just gonna go straight to the edge of the
Ну,
door.
валим.
So this door is on about like a 30-second
Там
timer.
дверь
So
на
this is a
таймере,
great time for some
поэтому надо было
donations.
просто посражаться, чтобы
You've got it.
нас не убили,
Mark the Shark donates
мы не
$100
умерли.
to MSF.
Соответственно,
Good luck on the run, Gelk.
дождемся,
Always fun to see you smashing this
что дверь
category.
открылась.
Halo 3 is still one of my favorite speedruns. It's so cool to see how much the road has changed. Remember, the Trivium is with you. And as always, let's go HaloRuns.com.
HaloRuns.com.
Oh, shouts to Hark. He's a Halo speedruns legend.
Yeah.
And LGB Eaton with $25. Good luck, Gelk. Keep up the great run. Clean DC launches. Hello, the couch as well. Much love.
Yo, LG. LG is another Halo Runs sick community member that gives a ton of subs to in all the Halo.
They're
Runs
in every Halo chat I have ever been in at all times.
There's a dev. Was this intentional? Like the chopper opening the doors? I feel like you're just inviting us to drive these through these doors.
Yeah, doing the classic Halo thing of taking vehicles where we're not supposed to go just because we can. But this chopper, we need this chopper because this next section is the Scarab Canyon, and yeah,
Сейчас будет
we're actually gonna be fighting
страшный
the Scarab this
каньон.
time, so the one we missed in Storm
Каньон
is going
страшный,
to catch
видимо,
up
из-за
to
того,
us.
что тут будет много противников. Заранее
So I'm gonna be
стреляем.
lining up a fuel rod shot here, and I'm
Bam.
gonna be immediately
Oh,
booking it to the
that's big.
bottom. Oh, I got overcharged.
Oh, boy.
Подбили нас.
MLG Jackal right there.
Шакал
You do
просто
need to get down
бахнул
this
нас.
hill at a certain time because
Противник
this
Шакал.
Scarab.
That's such a
Well,
good shot.
won't spoil it yet.
Ты опять
But we
чуть не
do need to get
заснайперил.
down
Nearly got overcharged
We're,
again.
yeah, we're on a timer is what you need to
Yeah.
know, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so the Scarab's gonna make its way down to the bottom of the canyon, so I need to be there when the Scarab gets there, because I'm gonna be doing something cool when it does. I'm gonna be stopping at these spikes first. I don't need any spikes, but it's nice to help de-aggro the Wraith that's firing mortars at me too.
Используем шипы, чтобы снять агро.
There we go.
Ditching my chopper and running over here.
О,
and-
убились.
What?
And there's the mortar I was trying to avoid. But I didn't do a good
Не было чекпоинта, к
job
сожалению.
of exiting my chopper in a good spot to avoid it.
Wow.
But that's okay.
Just classic right
And
there.
he's getting shot from like all the way up here, for reference. Like that's going a long way.
It-
Yeah, the Wraith just knew.
Yeah, it's this Wraith on the right that's actually firing these
Oh, that
mortars.
one. Sure, sure.
Он
So
добавить
we'll try
мод
this again.
классик. Хороший мод.
I'm just gonna ignore these spikes this time. Actually, I was fast this time. I should pick them up, but that's okay. You can see my ADHD is going off the walls right now.
Пробуем еще раз.
All right, I'm gonna be throwing a frag
Up,
grenade,
up.
combining it with a fuel rod jump. I nearly choked that, but that's good.
Nice.
Отлично запрыгнули.
And Gelk has to wait just a
Надо
hair
было
there
немножко
because
подождать, чтобы
the
уничтожить.
Scarab isn't vulnerable during its landing animation, so you just gotta kind of wait a little
Этого
bit there.
скорби, летающего огромного
The
робота.
Storm
Это, наверное,
and
корабль скорее.
Arc Scarabs are invincible during their landing animation, but the ones later are not. So there might be something cool I'll show off with that if I have enough time. All right, so I'm taking a little bit of an unorthodox driving route here because I have to wait for our Pelican to drop off some allies at the top of the spire anyways. So this doesn't really lose time, and it's also infinitely safer.
Мы ждем подкрепления из
One
солдатиков.
thing I want to note, like parking that chopper is important. Probably like, at least for me, when I learned the game, most common thing was
Просто катаемся поверху, потому что так безопасней.
Took forever to like find the spot.
Okay, so now we're at the top of the spire, so we just have to wait for our allies to be dropped off. We take this guy out. Acquires beam rifle. And I'm just gonna be waiting for the allies to be dropped off. So you probably have a time for a couple quick donations.
10-4. Forbzilla with $20. Anyone getting hyped for Mumbler's run at Silent Hill Downpour? Can't wait to wreck my sleep schedule for this run. Don't forget to donate for the surprise ending incentive. You can go to gamesdonequick.com/donate. And before you hit that big maroon donate button, don't forget to hit add incentive and select the one you want it to go to. We would love to see that home pour surprise ending. And $50 from Barbarian, who says, I heard some guy named Giro told me to donate. This goes towards Mario Odyssey. Well, thank you for donating when asked, Barbarian. You're a good friend.
Okay, what I forgot to mention there is that Marine and the Pelican I killed because that Marine actually has a dialogue with 343 Guilty Spark.
Нам пришлось убить одного из пехотинцев из-за того, что у него был какой-то долгий диалог. Мы не хотим его слушать.
He has a spark, so the door opens about like 7 seconds earlier. So I need to just throw some grenades at these guys and fuel rod them. And his dead body is blocking shots. That's not very nice.
Нечестно со стороны противника. Он своим телом заблочил много выстрелов.
A little bit of the lore is the Halo rings. They're designed to kill pretty much everything in the galaxy. And the Covenant doesn't really understand that. So we're trying to stop them from firing all the Halo rings. And the Ark fires all the Halo rings at once. And this mission is basically finding the map of where they're going to do that from. And this chieftain ramp can be a little scary sometimes, but I was able to run and stagger him.
Отлично, нам удалось убить крупного противника с руки. Постоянно у нас кончаются щиты, это значит, что там буквально плюнуть у нас, и мы погибли.
Where's the fourth one? So this is the Camo Brute room. Camo Brutes, they don't really have shields, so they're easy to melt down with the Sentinel beam. And this is a very interesting fight here because Bungie designed this fight to have you 1v1 the chieftain while the brutes just sit there and watch. But because of that, I'm just gonna kill all these guys watching.
По сути, эта драка должна быть 1 на 1 против жесткого противника, в то время как все остальные просто стоят, ждут и смотрят. Но мы этим воспользуемся и, соответственно, их поубиваем, потому что они потом на нас сагрятся.
And now we're on a 20-second timer for the Pelican to pick us up and end the mission.
Чтобы дождаться самолет и свалить.
And for anybody unfamiliar with the Halo series 2, anytime you melee somebody in the back, it's like a mechanic spin since Halo 1. Call it backsmack, instant kill.
Yep, and now we're coming up to our next mission, the Covenant, which is probably the most iconic mission of all of Halo.
Yeah, this is also another very difficult mission. So you have two of
the most difficult missions сложных миссий, а также каноничных для Halo. Halo.
It's probably most people's favorite mission. Both like from a speedrun perspective and casually.
So we have this hot beach drop.
Нас высадили просто на пляже, и мы сразу воюем просто. Благо у нас есть крутой лазер.
So yeah, a lot of people don't know you can do this, but I'm gonna be doing something called the AA Wraith Grab. So normally, if I can kill this chieftain, but normally you're not supposed to drive these things. If you know this game, the driver, this is supposed to explode once the driver is dead. But you can actually drive it by killing the driver and entering the Wraith on the same frame.
Если убить чела, который находится в этом кораблике, и в тот же картридж залезть в этот корабль, то корабль не взорвется. А вообще так в них нельзя кататься.
My pleasure. Grumbo Jumbo donates $10 and says, "Big hammer hit box. Make guy go zoom." This makes Grumbo very happy.
Makes me happy too.
Impeccable logic. $25 from Barcode AK, who says, love me a Halo good speed run. Wishing best of luck.
Shout out to Barcode, he's a pro Halo player, one of my favorites.
Пол спидрана вошло.
And Timey Swirls with a $25 donation. The run estimate outnumbers the level count 3-1. Then it's an even fight.
very good reference from a cutscene that we had to skip, unfortunately. Love that cutscene. It's the intro cutscene to ARC. So the purpose of this mission is to go to these towers and take down the energy shields that are protecting the Prophet of Truth from firing the rings. So we're going to be trying to deactivate those. And this is the first tower entrance. We're trying to ram our ghost through all these enemies and just drive straight through. That was a pretty clean entrance. So I'm happy that went well.
На этой башне есть какой-то щит, который нам нужно сломать. Объектив, так сказать.
The elevator to the top of the third tower. But first I will pick up this power drain equipment.
Поднимем какую-то ячейку силы.
Grunts as I pass by. So these elevators have a little bit of like weird hitboxes. Oh, I didn't get to the top of it, so this is gonna be kind of weird. So I guess this shouldn't be that big of a deal. But
this is one of this is basically first tower clear, and honestly, it's a really cool strat. So what you want to do is throw the power drain, throw a frag to.
Ooh.
Okay.
Little improv. Nice.
Ooh, nicely done.
Кажется, все пошло не по плану с тем противником, но мы смогли его размансывать.
Yeah, so that's actually, that went like kind of sketchy just because I didn't make it to the top of the
ситуации,
like,
и это
that has a little hitbox
сыграло
so you can jump to the top of the tower a little bit earlier, and their AI
сразу видно
isn't
опытный
active yet, so
спидранер.
you just have some free time just to throw the power drain to get a nade in.
It's one thing to hit a strat like
Когда идет не
properly,
по
but when you
stratегии,
mess up and are able to like improv and still get successful, I feel like that's a
нужно
really big demonstration
импровизировать
of skill and understanding.
периодически.
So another lucky thing is that Brute dropped the invincibility equipment, so I can just use this and run past all these guys.
Брут выронил неуязвимость, поэтому мы ей воспользуемся и пройдем комнату.
So the hammer ammo can vary from 50 to 90, which is the difference of 8 swings. So I basically have like 2 less than minimum swings. I won't do it.
You thought about it. You really did.
Мы прицелились, но не выстрелили.
You can pick up a nade before third tower.
Эта смерть была не нужна, и мы не стали убивать.
So this is the Warthog drive back down to the bottom of the mountain. Hopefully this mongoose doesn't pull forward and flip me. Yeah, he tried it. See, that's why we kill the Marines. They do things like that.
You know what? Fair enough.
Probably a good time for a donation.
Yes, sir.
Пока мы едем, зачтут там пару донатов. Отличный спидран. Я очень рад, что решил сесть на него. Отличные комментарии от Дивана.
He was whooping us all in the hotel room.
So this is the Hornet. This is the first flying section. I'm in the Hornet, the flying
Это будет
vehicle.
первая секция с полетом.
Faster to fly diagonally. So I'm doing a little bit of shark cosplay, dipping into the water. If I go any lower, I'll hit a kill plane and die.
Еще чуть-чуть ниже.
And
мы заденем.
We're making our way to the third tower. So
Триггер смерти.
in this mission, the Arbiter cleared out this second tower, but Johnson had some issues clearing out the third. So we're gonna clean up the mess he created.
One other thing he's doing is something called diagonal driving. So if you just drive, basically, well, you're flying really, but if you go diagonally, you just go a little bit faster.
Мы летим диагонально, просто потому что это чуть быстрее. Спидраненко.
Normally a couple of these brutes will only come this way, so good. The rest will bail
Отлично,
off to the
что
right,
остальные бруты пошли направо.
So a bunch of drones will fly down. I need to kill 8 of them to get them to leave me alone.
Намного больше.
So I'll throw a plasma
Бросим
grenade
гранату.
I killed all of them I needed with the single plasma. So
Отлично, очень хорошо.
Oh, where am I going? That was a weird hammer swing. I'll just use my grenade to go to the top of this then. So I'm using a little visual cue to do a grenade jump to the top of this tower. So I can snipe these guys while their AI is inactive.
Nice.
Мы забрались по при помощи нескольких гранат немножко выше и выскочили из лифта раньше, чем должны были бы. И AI противника просто не загрузился. Просто решил не грузиться. Спасибо за рейд.
Yeah, and right here coming up is third tower exit, and it's probably one of the more brutal sections of Covenant.
All right. Oh, I got a checkpoint for that. I am very happy for that checkpoint.
Спидранер очень рад, что получил чекпоинт. Пока они не трогают ящик. Все хорошо. Меня убили. Хороший чекпоинт, повезло, что он его получил. Пролетаем, хорошо. Нам нужно выбраться, и не смогли. Нелегко выбраться из... Так, много противников. Еще не все, мы еще не выбрались. Одна из самых страшных частей побега из башни. Отлично справились.
I'm gonna jump in the first Gauss Hog of the run, so this is a Warthog with a very strong turret.
Absolutely banger track coming up.
Yep. So this is the lead up to basically the climax. I would say pretty much the climax of the game.
One of the most iconic parts in I think any Halo campaign for sure.
Yeah. So with this driving is just the lead up to it. So you probably have some time for a couple donations.
Чуть не погибли. Нас переворачивает. Снайпер. Как же заснайпили нас?
You know, I wanted to say my pleasure when you sent it over here, but now I'm just not like this.
All right, if I can get past this prowler, it should be good. Okay, I'm fine now. I'm fine.
Very good. $25 from Juliana saying, "You got this." Your fans from Foco.
Yo, thanks. This is one of my friends from back home.
And MD Lat QP also donating $25 saying, "Leave no incentive behind." I hope they are referring to the Silent Hill downpour surprise ending in the spooky block later tonight. Get those donations in.
So coming up,
эпическая музыка, мы едем
double, not one,
в джипе.
but two scarabs. And something funny about these scarabs, Bungie forgot to make them invulnerable during their landing animation.
Oh, I have time for this?
Yeah. I think you do.
Okay, I'll show this off.
And, well, if you kill them during their landing animation, before it ends, something a little funny happens.
Сейчас случится что-то смешное. Нас запустило далеко. Вообще эти скоробеи должны быть бессмертны при приземлении, но Bungie забыли сделать их бессмертными по приземлении, именно этих. Поэтому вот такой вот трюк мы показали, это было intentional. Спидранер знал, на что идет, поэтому на этот раз мы подождем.
Then I'm going to be hopping back in my Hornet to fly to the second Scarab and be trying to do the
Уничтожили один, прыгаем в вертолет, летим к другому.
The second Scarab is very sketchy.
Отлично, отлично, приземлились как надо. Он крутится на месте и может убежать. Отличная работа, спидранер, хорош. Жить нас заберет? Или не заберет? Что происходит?
This took me like 5 attempts in practice. I lost probably like 4 or 5 minutes to it.
I think a Marine splattered you
and then you got ran over by your own Warthog.
Yeah.
That was pretty amazing.
All right, I got this checkpoint.
Checkpoint получили.
Gauss Hog right here, so I should be fine just to proceed. All right, don't drive away. I need you. No, I want you in the turret. Get in the turret. This is not how I want you to babe. Okay, good. This is how I want you to set up. All right. But I'm going to be killing another... Actually, Arby's far away. I won't be able to kill him, I don't think. So I need to kill Arbiter here because it skips another dialogue that...
Нам нужно убить его, чтобы пропустить диалог и свалить.
Yeah, if their vehicle's alive, he'll just go down and try to punch him with the sword like the maniac he is. So I'm going to be hopping out of this Warthog just to get through another elastic barrier because it only checks if you're inside the Warthog to block you.
And it's gone.
And this gives you enough momentum
Джип просто пропал, потому что он здесь не должен быть. Мы не можем заехать сюда в джипе, но мы можем его закатить и запрыгнуть в джип, пока он едет. Такие вот стратегии. Полетели. Оп. Еще удар. Оп. Прыжки. Прыжки. Хорошо, он добрался. Отлично. Противники не убили. Помогли. И придется все заново, не было сейва.
I think the door closed right as soon as I got there, so that's a little unfortunate.
Oh my god.
But
You can do it again.
Еще раз,
You get to show it off again. Exactly.
No way! That's actually insane.
So what makes this trick so difficult is you have to hit 2 triggers during this box launch, and of course it can get sniped out of the air just like that. This looks like a little bit too much power.
How are you so good at this?
Maybe?
Нормально, нормально.
How are you so good at that?
I practice a lot in the practice.
Я
group.
практиковался,
That really
поэтому
helped,
у меня все получается.
And you want to kill this brute because or this chieftain because you want that
Nice.
hammer
Хорош
and the emblem
спидранер.
for later.
Yeah, but I'm gonna be making this what's called
Реально
the Citadel
хорош.
return, which is basically doing this bridge backwards, and I'm gonna be needing a fresh hammer for that. So I'm just gonna be making my way to this button, which hopefully there's a chance I can soft block here, so hopefully that doesn't happen.
Есть шанс, что мы засофтлочимся, но
That's good.
этого не случилось,
For some
отлично.
reason the cutscene just won't play and you're just stuck. You can't even like last checkpoint. It's like a real soft lock.
Shouts to the Mibulus, that trick's called the Mib Special. Combining that plasma pistol on that brute body with a hammer swing. Saves a little bit
Какой-то
of time.
трюк, который позволяет пропрыгать.
Oh, I'm down here, I guess.
Чуть не погибли.
Okay.
Alright, that should be good,
Нормально,
unless
нормально.
I take a straight shot to the back. But I also have an invincibility, which makes
У нас есть
this
невидимость.
75 hammer this time, best hammer of the run. So here's
Еще
another
один
box launch.
запуск.
Oh, I'm-
И
Oh,
что
what?
нас убило?
Huh? I think I splattered on
Его
that frog that was
просто
falling down.
убила
No,
какая-то
or I
ерунда,
got
которая
hit by
упала
the melee. There's
сверху.
something stupid that
Она
happened
не
with
должна
that.
была
I gotta see,
упасть.
like,
I need a replay.
somebody
Кто-нибудь
clip that, tag
кликните.
me on Twitter, I gotta
Это
check that out.
что-то,
Distinctly possible that
которое
has ever happened.
никогда... Это что-то,
I mean,
что
that's happened
случалось.
before, but it's
Но
very
это
rare.
случалось, но так редко, что
There's a lot of shenanigans that can happen here, but
очень редко.
the Citadel is just one of the
Мемы.
coolest parts of the run. It's just box
Absolutely.
launches back to back to back. Try this again. Ooh, but this looks like... Oh, he
Он
tried to
пытался
do it.
еще
Yeah, I
раз
think
это
that
сделать.
has to be what happened. Oh, yeah!
Опа, пропрыгивали,
Oh,
хорошо,
not quite
отлично.
enough momentum.
Или нет?
But where am I? I'm like... I got
Нормально,
flipped
нормально,
around.
нормально, нормально.
Okay, that was still sick.
That was very close to being like an extremely good launch, but if I get this checkpoint, I'll be going
Чекпоинт
for
еще нужен.
this launch.
Чекпоинт есть,
Okay, I
хорошо,
got this
отлично.
checkpoint, so
Еще один
I'll be going
лаунч.
for this ending launch.
Бэм. Хорошо,
clean.
хорошо. Можно заметить, что он
Oh,
слегка толкает
nice, there we
ящик,
go.
чтобы угол был правильный для
And
полета.
that is the end
И
of
это конец
Covenant.
уровня.
That was very solid.
Well done.
Хлоп, хлоп, хлоп.
So we didn't explain this earlier, but some missions in this game called what is carryover. You can bring your missions from the previous mission over to the next mission. So this is another mission that.
he meant weapons. He meant weapons.
What did I say?
You said missions.
Okay.
So you said missions like 8 times. It was
Dude, my
funny.
brain is doesn't function very well. sometimes.
Understandable. Carry on.
There's too many things going on. Yeah, but you can bring your previous weapons into the next one. So having carryover into this mission lets you start out with a gravity hammer, which is super
Мы
useful.
смогли
because,
принести оружие
this is
с
the
одной
mission
миссии на
with
другой
tons
миссии.
of
И мы
Cortana
сохраним
and
кучу
Grey
времени
moments.
благодаря этому
So I'm going to
молоту.
be using the hammer to boost through this one, and this is actually going to be the first moment overlap. So you can hit the second moment trigger
И
early,
у нас
and that will cancel out
происходит
the first moment.
накат
So you can gain your full movement speed just a
катсцен.
little bit
Одна
faster.
катсцена накатила на
So what's
другую,
happening
и
there
вот таким образом
basically is
пропустили
Gelb
мы
triggers that very
часть
first
катсцены.
moment and then goes down that hole before the first moment
Голом
ends
вообще
and
забей.
triggers that second moment. And that's
Голом
an
забей
overlap,
вообще.
and when that
Даже
first
говорить
moment
не
ends,
надо
it
об
also
этом.
ends the second moment. So doing that in places, especially with
Как бы
the length of time that some of these
Голом
moments takes, can
не
save
мог...
a bunch of time, especially
Сама
over
по
the
себе
course
игра
of
не
this
могла
level.
быть интересной.
I'm good.
Ее
Alright, here's another
сложно было
moment.
бы сделать
Keep
очень
track of how many
интересно.
moments there are in
Ну
this
и как
mission.
бы
There
они
are
просто не
a
справились
billion
с
of them,
этим.
I think. That's what it feels like.
Как бы что может
Yeah,
Голом
and
интересного
as far as the
делать?
plot goes, this is kind of like the climax of how when Halo 2 ended and you abandoned Cortana, you're now back at the spot where you left her, and everything is kind of coming to a head. So there's just a lot
Если он
of
как бы не
plot
находится
being shoved in our faces
в этом
here.
путешествии за
Master
кольцом,
Chief sure does
Ну,
love
когда
the window search bar.
кольцо было, когда кольцо отправилось в
I'm
путешествие.
going to be trying to do another slide jump through this moment.
Ничего
How many
интересного
moments
делать
is
он
that
не
so
может.
far?
I think it's like 5,
Yeah, 4 or 5?
4 or 5 maybe.
I think it's 4.
It's not even close to the end, too.
But can we carry
There's
over our
so
moments
many.
from moment to moment?
Alright, I'm going to be ditching my weapons for a fresh sword and a fresh gravity hammer. And I picked up another deployable cover just to drop
Взяли
down this hole. This
меч,
is going to
взяли
be very
еще
useful
один
for later in the
молот.
mission because I'm going to be doing some backtracking later. And this is the camo room. I'm gonna be trying to
Пытаемся
do
сделать
a
еще
box
один
launch here,
лаунч.
pick up this camo, and punching these guys that run by,
Прыгаем в
toss a grenade
противника
at that guy,
вплотную
and I
и
should be past them.
заряжаем его.
Nice.
Very nice. That can not go like that.
Интересно, да, можно было сделать интересно,
that's
но
a good way to start.
они просто не справились.
The sword is very useful against Flood. It's pretty much always a one-hit kill. So I picked up
У нас
another
есть
camo. I'm going to
камуфляж.
be camoing past these guys because this room is called Hell's Hallway. You can tell it's called Hell's Hallway just by the sheer amount of
Из-за того, что в этом
nonsense enemies
месте
there are
очень
in
много
here.
противников,
We call a lot of rooms on this
невидимость
level hell.
очень нам
Yeah,
помогает.
because this next room is called Hell Room.
Не зря это
And I'm going to be
комната.
trying to do the Hell Room Ascent because how Hell Room works is you're supposed to go like about a bunch of different levels, and there's a ton of Flood. And the pure form Floods can go into like a turret mode, which fire little pincers at you and deal tons of damage, and that's like really hard to deal with.
Such a nightmare casually.
Alright, this guy's blocking me.
Already getting trolled. Oh,
Yeah, I don't have health for this. I'm just gonna be picking up this camo.
Нам нужен камуфляж,
So I'm
потому
doing a
что
little
нам
bit
не
of backup
очень
strat.
везет
So I took
с
a-
противниками.
Oh, this guy
Он нас видит.
This guy just pushed
Просто
me
чел
all
нас
the way over
вытолкнул,
here.
лол.
But I should have enough. Ooh, I barely missed it. So
Missed
Reaper
that.
checkpoint. Yeah, this is a bad
Не
seed to
повезло.
try and do the fast ascent, so I'm just gonna go for the camo strat.
Hell room.
Yeah, even with the safe strat, I still died. Okay, move, please.
Пожалуйста, двигайтесь.
I have Gandalf Flood. All right, and I'm choking the jump because I don't really do the strat that often.
You're all good, dude. You're all good.
Revert again.
Не получается делать прыжок,
A little
потому
bit
что
unlucky
обычно он
here,
не
so-
идет и не делает эту стратегию.
That spider flood was just right on top of where you
Он,
need
я
to
думаю,
go.
должен был додавливать
Yeah.
эту стратегию, которую он изначально делал.
Yeah, normally you can shoot him, but I'm getting shot as soon as I walk in this room, which is what's making it so annoying to deal with.
Оп,
Right.
получилось.
There we go.
Хорошо,
Finally got the bop.
наконец-то.
I need this bubble. I don't really need this bubble shot. What am I doing?
So here's a spot where we're going to combine some hammer boosts with a moment.
Опять
So
картана
we're supposed to
лезет
be
на
going
лицо.
slow, but the hammer can let us keep a lot of our momentum going forward to get all the way down the hall.
We got a big launch coming up, and so Gilka's going to delay this checkpoint as late as he can.
Delay one more time.
Yep, and we're coming to reactor room launch. So this is a very cool
Так,
trick.
очень крутой трюк. Запуск в этой комнате реактора.
And
That's a little bit too much power, but I should be fine.
yeah, that's
Отлично,
Very
отлично,
nicely done,
справились.
nicely done, dude.
All right, so here's another moment over that. Okay, I just got a ghost swing. So
Okay.
Hello?
there's a mechanic called ghost swing in this game. If you like jump and crouch and do a hammer swing, you can do what's called a ghost swing where your just hammer won't activate. So I just had bad timing with that
Не
swing.
везет
So
немножко
there's
с
the moment
ударами.
over that.
Yeah, it's a dead hammer. It's unfortunate.
Does it
You
eat your
can-
ammo too?
Yes.
Brutal. Brutal.
So we have our blue girlfriend back.
And now we're heading to the reactor room
Возвращаем
again,
картану
and this time
в строй.
it's one of the
Теперь она
most
нам
difficult
помогает.
sections of the game, and we will have basically only one checkpoint unless we get lucky, which is coming up right here. And there's no more checkpoints for like the rest of the mission sometimes, so it could be very dangerous.
I tried to do a DC launch that just save a little bit of time, but I choked it as per usual.
You've been hitting them.
And
Тянем чекпоинт.
bottom left, that checkpoint's the last we're going to see for a while.
All right, this room can be a nightmare sometimes. And of course, I already have a carbine guy here, so I just need to try and like shoot as many of these guys as I
Нужно
possibly
сделать
can.
точные
Try to stagger
выстрелы
them
по
and
противникам.
toss this bubble in the center of the section.
Уничтожаем, как обычно, как можно больше.
All right,
This is
should
a
be
very
Пока
pretty
что
safe for now. So I
отлично.
just need to take out the
Надо уничтожить в
reactors,
реакторе.
then get some more
Еще
ammo.
немножко патронов поднимем.
And I'll be making my way towards the
Можно
end of the
двигаться
mission,
в сторону
or not the
конца
end of the mission, the end
миссии.
of the section, which leads to the end of the mission.
Промазали гранатой. Нормально.
And then the
Попал
spider
уже
AI
во
like
второй.
breaks here or something
Yeah,
like that.
yeah,
right?
it's because of the launch.
Gotcha.
Don't know why, it just does.
Okay, now we're going to be making our way through the return, so we're going to be going back through Hell's
Двигаемся-
Hallway, which is
двигаемся
even worse
обратно.
the second time around, because I'm going to be holding this camo because I
Мы
need
будем
it for
держать
later. So I'm
камуфляж
gonna
до
be trying to take a
последнего.
little safe route just to be avoid
Есть
being
шанс, что он
seen
нам
as
может
long
очень
as I possibly
пригодиться.
can.
No, we still don't have a checkpoint.
Чекпоинт до сих пор
Yeah,
не
just
сработал, очень
remember the last
опасно.
checkpoint is a
Чекпоинт
very long
далеко.
ago. And I should be good as long as I don't get chased. All right, I'm going to be trying to get a
Пытаемся
checkpoint
получить
here if I
checkpoint.
can kill. Yeah, I'm not going to be getting this checkpoint.
Нет чекпоинта. Unlock.
So I'm gonna be trying to bait these guys over towards me, then popping my camo, and this is the deployable cover I
Запулили
dropped earlier in the
противников,
run.
используем камуфляж.
This is useful because you're not supposed to go this way.
Вообще мы не должны в
And
эту
you can
сторону
combine
идти.
a brute shot just to go back up the hole I came down earlier, because the game doesn't really want you to go back this way. Of course, they blocked it,
Чекпоинт, отлично.
but this saves about 10 seconds going
Отличный
over the
прыжок.
normal route.
Slide.
Nice.
Очень хорошо делает все спидранер. Технично.
And that was pretty major right there.
You gonna validate the run?
I'm gonna validate this run.
Hell yeah.
So we have a little joke where we can validate the run with a trick that saves hardly any time called Chap Special. It just saves going around this corner, so I'm gonna be doing a little brute shot jump. Yeah.
Run validated.
Ей.
I probably lost time doing that, but that's okay.
Сделали трюк, который потерял время.
Oh,
Alright, I'm fine, I'm fine.
Okay.
Not even close.
and yeah, something really important here is he's going to be emptying all his ammo out at the end
К концу
of the
миссии мы
mission
будем
for,
тратить
in
все
order to
патроны.
not carry over
Мы не
his
хотим
weapons,
перенести
so
оружие
he can
в
have a full
следующий.
set of rockets for the
Следующую
last
миссию.
mission, Halo.
Все потратим все
And
пушки.
that's very important.
А у нас уже потрачены все пушки. Окей.
Alright, that's the end of Cortana. So now we're entering
Последняя
the last
миссия
mission of the game,
игры. Ура.
Halo 3 edition. Of course, you remember the first time we saw the Halo ring, it was the mission was called Halo and Halo Combat Evolved. So the mission just starts out with like about 45 seconds of walking, so it's a great
Самое
time for
время
some
прочитать
donations.
несколько донатов, потому что мы будем просто буквально
My
минуту идти,
pleasure.
зажимать
Bjorn
W.
donates $500 and says had to donate during the Halo 3 run. Bubbles with a $100 donation to Doctors Without Borders. When I joined the Corps, we didn't have any fancy schmancy tanks. We had sticks, 2 sticks, and a rock for the whole platoon. And we had to share the rock. Love all you guys do and looking forward to the rest of the week of amazing speedruns.
Yeah, thanks, Bubbles. That's a classic line from a Halo 2 mission.
О, отличный, отличный буст.
And coming
for
up
one more?
is probably one more. No, so
Debated.
yeah. So coming up
Получаем
here
мод.
is we're gonna
Бустимся.
skip climbing the spire the normal way. Thankfully, there is a guaranteed brute with a hammer there, and combining that with a frag.
Choke the
Не
jump.
пошел.
I don't know
Выстрел.
if people think this is easy. I think this jump is so
Не
annoying.
пошел,
I was
не
never
пошел
any good at
запуск.
this.
Чтобы
See,
запуститься,
I had
нам нужно
75
бросить
hammer.
гранату,
This hammer's now
вовремя
55.
ударить молотом.
Thank you.
By combining a frag with a hammer boost, you
Хорошо.
can get up onto the center platform and skip all that.
Пропускаем
It skips a bunch of extra
куча
spawns as
спавнов
well.
противников и просто
So
забираемся.
I'm gonna be trying to teleport Arbor to a specific spot, then turning around and fire a rocket down there to kill the flood swarming around him. I'm gonna be juggling this rocket launcher to fire a rocket launcher at Johnson. Oh no! But this is another dialogue skip. He'll get back up. He currently has a Spartan laser, which is super useful for
Не
legendary
очень понимаю,
because
что они
this
делают.
is the firefight, and I'm gonna
Свапает
be pulling
пушки.
off this section.
Выстрел для того,
Just keep
чтобы
trying to
пропустить
rock as much
диалог,
as I
но
possibly can. And Johnson puts in a ton of work with that Spartan laser.
непонятно.
And one,
You go ahead, Nervy. Yeah.
and one thing I want to note, these like flood spawns dropping from the sky, like right there. See how it kind of just fell from the sky? Each of those can lose you a second for no reason. And there's 32 of them on Legendary, so Gelt can just lose 32 seconds here for no reason.
Благодаря дополнительным спавнам можно потерять до 32
Why,
секунд.
for me, it's probably candidate
Надеюсь, что
for
этого не
worst
произойдет.
last mission in a speedrun.
Мы потеряем минимум времени.
Shooting at me. I'm still taking shots. This is kind of scary.
But yeah, you'll notice Gelt comes down here to grab some extra rocket ammo, and then he's going to climb back up. It's just to
Нам
help
нужны
for the clear
патроны на
itself.
Doing a
ракетницу.
little rocket jump. This jump can be a little
Nice.
finicky.
Мы
Okay. Going back to the
успешно
top of the spire
вскарабкались
to
назад,
start
отлично.
the second wave of the spire fight.
There are 3 waves in total.
So I'm going to be trying to rocket the flood that are grouped together.
Стараемся
then
стакать
swap
противников
to my
и
BR, just
взрывать
try to
их
headshot the
ракетницей.
flood as they come up.
And each one of these waves at the very end spawns a boss flood. This can be a flood with a fuel rod, like this one is, or it can also be a flood with a
Волны
rocket
также
launcher,
имеют
so you do have
свойство
to be
спавнить
careful, 'cause-
мини-боссов.
Well, that'll kill you.
Мини-босс с щитом бывает и еще с чем.
Why isn't the third wave coming in?
Probably because you got too many Hulks.
Oh,
О, нас просто...
I shouldn't have tried to melee him again.
Просто
That was a rookie
отметелил
mistake.
чел
I had enough
наручную.
melee damage with the rocket launcher, but because the rocket launcher does a little bit more melee damage than the other weapons, but not quite enough to hit the pure forms that are in tank mode.
Yeah, so those pure forms that kind of look like the Incredible Hulk, that's one of their, I guess, modes. Their other two are as a spider and also as like some weird thing that just snipes you.
Yeah, it's a ranged form of sorts.
Yeah, I don't know how you describe it.
Я не в курсе.
Yeah, you can see he's just trying to take care of these flood. There's another wave. That's
there we go. Now I'm finally getting the third wave.
Окей, наконец-то пошла
I
третья
don't have any
волна.
rockets for the third wave though, so this kind of sucks. But it should be fine. They should all die to 1BR. If I don't get any more shield flood.
Yeah, and he has to be careful. Okay, there's a fuel rod flood.
Alright, he's not shielded, so that's good.
Yes.
Alright, and the rest of the pure forms that were crawling up the tower just deloaded, so unfortunate death, but not too bad by Spirefight.
We're picking up a very special piece of equipment here. If you look in the top left there, it is the, what they call an auto turret.
Yep, it's the auto turret.
And we'll be using that for a very cool equipment jump.
Мы подняли автоматическую турель, и она нам пригодится для определенного трюка.
Coming into the most difficult boss fight in all of gaming, if I do say so myself. So it's gonna be the fight with 343 Guilty Spark. I'm completely joking when I say it's the hardest boss fight in all of gaming. It's basically a walking cutscene.
Oh, you're a Division 1 athlete, so I just believed you.
Oh yeah, I have the report behind me.
You should have said that after the boss fight, so we would have looked even cooler.
Oh yeah, should set myself up for success. But the purpose of the auto turret is I need to wait for a certain time in the fight to use
босс файт.
to jump behind Guilty Spark.
И благодаря, я так понимаю, турели мы развалим босса, потому что...
Very tricky jump here.
Yeah, this is probably like one of the hardest equipment jumps in the game. So I'll wait for this again. This takes about 7 seconds. It just progresses the fight a little early. Threw that one too late.
You got this.
The timing of this is pretty tight, so.
Ну, Хронос уже нам показывал сегодня антологию.
Every other equipment jump is
Или
like
не сегодня,
really
вчера
easy,
уже,
and this
наверное.
one in particular is just a lot harder. Perfect.
Nicely done.
Saved one swing for that jump.
Сохраняем один удар на молоте
So
благодаря
I need
этому
to trade
прыжку.
out with Johnson here because he's actually going to die with that gravity hammer and refill it.
Мы отдаем
So I'm gonna be
молот
waiting for
Джонсону,
another cue to
он погибнет и
my Spark Laser.
восстановит патроны на этом молоте, сделает что-то полезное.
So Spark is actually invulnerable until the fight reaches to a certain point. So that's why I
Противник,
had to wait
босс
to actually
бессмертен
start
до определенного
firing my Spark
момента.
Laser at him. And that is the Guilty Spark fight, the hardest boss fight in
До
all gaming.
определенного момента. И
So I'm
мы,
juggling with the
соответственно,
gravity
убиваем
hammer
босса.
and I'm propping it against this door because this entire room's about to deload except for this very edge against this door.
Вся комната будет выгружена в игре, но мы оставим вот эту пушку прямо в том месте, где нужно, и мы таким образом берем пушку через
That's an
такой
88 hammer. This is a
хитбокс.
max swing hammer.
Не
Very good
знаю,
hammer
куда
to
он
end the run with.
успеет.
So now we get to backtrack a
Скам
little bit.
этой ставки
and
в том,
make our
что
way
я
towards
еще
the
не
end
видел
of
Хало
the entire
ран,
game. So I'm gonna
уложившийся
let
в
Arvid catch up a
estimate.
little bit because I want him with me. You can run forward and progress without him, but having him with you just makes the next section so much more consistent.
Это редкость, в
In
общем.
this upcoming section is, it's a flip of that coin whether you're gonna get, you know, decent spawns, sentinels behave. It's a lot of things can go wrong here.
Alright, so yeah, I'm just gonna chill here.
Не
and
знаю
wait for
зачем,
Arbiter.
но
Doesn't look like
спидранеры
he's too far
Хало
behind, but it looks
всегда
like his
ставят
triangle's
очень
not
маленький
moving.
таймер.
You can move, please.
Он
Thank you.
типа совсем
So
маленький.
now I'll make my way forward. Now they have Arbiter. I combined Arbiter and Arby, so I made Arbiter.
Oh, and all these
Oh,
dudes are
yeah,
hacks.
listen. Oh,
boy. Okay. I thought that was a flood. Okay. Just Arbiter.
Опасность.
Yeah, so this is why I want Arbiter leading the way, because he'll just run and tank damage and just punch
Хотим,
things.
чтобы арбитр пошел вперед и всех
Pulls a lot of
убивал.
aggro too.
Yeah, it's nice if he has his plasma rifles out because he deals a lot more DPS that way, but having sword out is fine. So now I just make my way across this ice
Нет,
bridge.
дело не в
There's
скипах,
one
дело в том,
lone sentinel
какой
left, so
стимейт
take him out.
ты ставишь. Если ты ставишь заведомо слишком плотный стимейт,
Alright, I should be getting a
Ну,
checkpoint through this doorway.
как бы
Yep, there it is.
не знаю, зачем ты это делаешь. Поставь
Alright, this
нормальный
room
стимейт
can
просто.
be pretty sketchy sometimes too, because it's just more flood and sentinels fighting each other, and I'm just trying to run past them, hoping they ignore me.
Никто тебя не похвалит за то, что ты
And
плохо
this
оценил
carrier's gonna try to explode.
свои
but you
способности.
can, if he's in an exploding phase, you can shoot him to put him in like a little stagger state, and that will prop him back up.
I did not know that. That's pretty cool.
Little counterintuitive.
Yeah.
All right, so Bungie left a little trap here, a popcorn flood that will kill you even on easy. So a lot of runs have died.
I have lost runs that are on easy, yes.
Yeah, because people like, oh, these popcorn won't deal that much damage, and they just one-shot you. All right, so here is the famous Warthog run. Probably one of the most iconic sections in all of gaming. So we're taking the Warthog to the end of the game. So there's going to be panels that we're driving on that are exploding. Where the panels explode, the panels that explode are the same every time, but where the panels go after they explode are different every time.
And they have collision.
Yep, and they can easily knock you off the map. So the
испытание сам ставит это время. Он оценивает и говорит, я готов пройти эту игру за такое-то время.
Alright, so don't have to deal with panels yet. So this is the first roundabout. There are 3 roundabouts I'm going to have to be going for. I took a little bit of a specific driving route, and that jump there, that skips a trigger because there are a ton of Sentinels in Flood here that are fighting, and the Sentinels are super good at flipping you with their Sentinel beams. So if we can skip triggers to get them out of the way, I'm going to do my best to do it.
This Warthog weighs about 5 pounds soaking wet, so even getting shot at with a carbine will flip you. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, the MCC Warthog is a little worse than the original version. Something to note is I'm playing on the Master Chief Collection version of the game, which is the 343 edition that has all the Halo games in one package. So if you ever want to run this game, you can. It often goes on sale for about like $10 to $20 on Steam. And that's a really great deal because there's about 7 games,
открыл, надо было еще поставить 1.20-1.25. Никто в чат не написал, но unlucky.
So this is the second roundabout, just trying to avoid hitting any carriers because they will definitely flip me if I hit them.
Here's the scary part right here.
All right.
Nice.
Sentinels behave.
Okay.
I need to take a little bit of a specific pathing here just so these guys ignore me. All right, it should be good.
Nice.
Nice.
And there's more panels everywhere.
Есть шанс, что он уложится.
And any one of them can just completely ruin your run.
Another fact is Arbiter shooting the Sentinels, they can explode on the Warthog and make you flip, so that's another fun experience. All right, I'm going to take another specific driving route here because I am going to be doing a little strat called third roundabout skip. So I need enough speed to land.
Нам нужно достаточно скорости набрать, чтобы приземлиться куда нужно.
And this will skip the third roundabout. Let's close. Yeah, barely.
О, едва ли. Он достал при помощи прыжка. Он пропустил один триггер, который спавнит кучу противников, а также ему не пришлось кататься вокруг.
Just a chill driving part from here on. At least still
very chill. Definitely nothing.
Yeah, there's nothing bad that can happen here, of course. Definitely no runs have been lost. Yep, we're getting.
У него все еще есть шанс нафидить, где-нибудь свалиться нелепо.
But there is one more cool thing I need to show off
Сейчас будет, возможно, еще какой-нибудь прикольный трюк.
One of the coolest things you've ever seen, no cap. So need to get a little bit of speed. So that you see this ramp here. I'm
Нам нужно набрать скорость.
Off to the right here and
do
a little
barrel roll. Жестко.
Вот это
спидранер хорош. Я вообще спидранер на чили. Пытался там 360 сделать no scope. К сожалению, промазал, но типа, просто прикольно. Молодец, спидранер. Развлекается как может, получает удовольствие. Так и надо спидранить. Учитесь.
Said specific a lot in that sentence. So shouts to Sorix and Paradoxic. They're the 2 main runners that taught me how to run this game, so shouts to them. Shoutouts to my lovely couch that gave me some wonderful commentary during this run. And shouts to all the donators that made this run possible.
Hell yeah.
And thanks GDQ for having me. So time is coming up and very shortly, so it will be going on
будет время.
As soon as I hit the frigate.
Will you get paneled right at the end?
No. Also, one more shout out to a runner named Burnt. I'll wait for it after the run because time is coming up right about now.
Время.
And that's Halo 3.
Отлично, Halo 3. Отличный ран. Очень скилловый, очень интересный. Приятно было бы, конечно, его посмотреть с более опытными комментаторами. Но
dedicates lots of time to the Halo Runs
я сделал все, что
community
мог.
for very important software, our checkpoint trainer, our checkpoint manager, which makes running this game so
Отличная
much
игра.
better. Also, shouts to Cambit for currently maintaining our auto splitter, and just all the people in Halo Runs that are just putting in tons of time making the community a better place.
Ставка не сыграла.
So,
Good stuff, Galk.
yeah,
Деньги
thanks. It's been
возвращены.
a very fun run. Glad you got to show us off.